Greetings, all Israel, the hopeful elect, also all Gentiles who, through the mercy of the Most High, cleave, Isaiah 14, 1 through 2. And all praises to Yahweh by Shem Yahweh Shai. Cherry Swing Low coming with another sharing entitled, There is Nowhere to Run. Three places of existence. Exodus 20 and 4, heaven above, earth beneath, and the water under the earth. We'd like to go to the book of Psalms, and please write all these verses down so you can go back over them. Never rely on anyone else. Psalm 75 and 6. For exaltation comes neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. 7. But Yahweh is the judge. He puts one down and exalts another. Now notice he left one direction out, which is the north. Isaiah 14:13. For you have said in your heart, I will ascend to the heaven and exalt my throne above the stars of Yahweh. I will also sit on the mount of the congregation on the farthest side of the north. And all compasses point where? To the north. True north. Because that's where Yahweh is. Also forget Matthew's 10:26, Luke 18:17, nothing here that will not be revealed. Book of Daniel 12:4. The books were shut, but they're going to open with all type of information and knowledge. 2nd Ezra 6 and 20, the book should be open before the firmament, which is the dome, paraphrasing. And 2 Corinthians 13:8, for we can do nothing against the truth, but for the truth. Again, true north. Now, I have in front of me a dictionary. It's from the year 1951-52. So with that in mind, I want you to watch something.
Okay, people, my name is Dana. This is my very first YouTube video ever. I've got something here that I don't quite understand, and I'm hoping maybe someone out there can explain it to me. I've been doing a lot of research on the flat earth and the firmament, things like that. This is a set of encyclopedias I have. They're Encyclopedia Americana. This is volume 2. It's the 80s. What we're going to do is look at what it says about Antarctica. Just remember, this is a 1958 edition. Okay, this was before the Antarctic Treaty was signed. This was before the supposed Apollo missions. I'm going to show you something that it says in here about Antarctica. It basically talks about all the exploration. It says here, Antarctic region, all the exploration. Has a few photos, not too many. This is a map created back then. I've read all of this. This is the part here that I have the question about. I am trying my best to get some light on here really good. Like I said, this is my first video. Don't criticize me too much. I have no idea what I'm doing. Let's see. Okay, I hope you can see this. They did flights, and it says, these flights prove the inland areas to be featureless in character, with a dome 13,000 feet high at about latitude 80 degrees south, longitude 90 degrees east. Okay, I have no idea what that means. There seems to be only one definition for the word dome. Anyway, if anybody has any idea what this means, can explain this to me, I would appreciate it. Okay, thanks.
Okay, let's see if we can help her out with this. What exactly that means there. Let's see if we can figure that out for her. Well, here I have the book again open. If you notice here under Antarctica, this was 1951, 52. So before, what she was talking about, like 7 years before she was showing what she had in the encyclopedia of 1958. Now, if you notice there's the North Pole at the top. If you go to the book of Job, 26 and 10, it says he drew a circle on the face of the water, the Antarctic wall. Okay, take a good look. Then when you go into the book of Isaiah 40 and 22, he sets on the circle of earth. Oh, that's what that means. He's right above us where the North Star or Polaris is located at. There is a dome above us. And that's where Yahweh's at. Now, to show that, we're going to use the Bible. Now, I have two Bibles with me. One Bible here. And I'm using this King James with precepts. If you don't know what precepts are, these are precepts. You have to have precepts to get understanding. So, what I'm going to do is show you right here. Okay, if you go to 6, it says, he said, let there be a dome in the middle of the water, and let it divide the waters from the water. He divided the waters under the dome from the waters above the dome. And if you go to verse 8, it says what? He called the dome sky. That's important. He called the dome sky. So we go into King James and look at the precepts under 6. It tells us to go where? To Job 37 and 8. And he called what? The firmament heaven. So, with that in mind, let's go look over here. So if we go here, we said he called the firmament. What does he mean by firmament? Well, let's go back here and see. He called the firmament. And it tells you what? The visible arch in the sky. Well, in the Jewish Bible we just read, he called the dome sky. Now let's see what it says for heaven. Okay, we said he called the firmament heaven. Okay, it's telling you what? The second form. But what I want to focus on, it says what? Where the celestial bodies revolve. Revolve. That's going to come into play later. So, what I want to do is go over again and look at those precepts. Because it's telling us in 6 where he made that firmament or the dome to go for understanding, to go to the book of Job 37 and 18. So let's go there. Okay. So here's Job 37 and 18. With him have you spread out the sky strong as a cast metal mirror, which makes sense. You have to have something that's hard and solid to hold water. Then we look at the precepts, it takes us where? Right back to Genesis 1 and 6. Also to Job 9, 8. So let's go to Job 9, 8. We'll go to Job 9 and 8. Let's see what that says. Okay, Job 9 and 8. And it says what? He alone spreads out the heavens or the sky. Then if you look at the precepts, it's going to take us right there to 40 and 22. Isaiah 40 and 22. Let's go there. Isaiah 40 and 22. Get that up right quick. Isaiah 40 and 22 right here. And it says, it is he who sits above the circle of the earth, and his inhabitants are like grasshoppers, who stretches out the heavens, which are the sky, like a curtain, and spreads them out like a tent to dwell in. So he spread them out for them to be dwelt in. And that plays an important role coming up next. If you look at the precepts on 22, it takes you back where? To Job 9:8. Job 9:8 takes us back to what? Job 37 and 18, he stretched the sky out, and it takes us right back to Genesis 1 and 6. But notice here it says Psalms 19 and 4. Psalms 19 and 4. Let's go to Psalms 19 and 4. We're going to go there in the Jewish Bible. 19 and 4. So we go to Job 19 and 4. Now, what we want to also understand is Warner von Braun tombstone. The tombstone of Warner von Braun. Okay, there's his tombstones right there. We'll bring one up. We'll bring that one up. Notice on his tombstone he has what? Psalms 19 and 1. Psalms 19 and 1. So if we go to Psalms 19 and 1, it says what? The heaven declares the glory of Yahweh or God. The dome or the sky speaks of his handiworks. Then when you go down to 4, In them he places a tent for the sun. Remember, we just read over in Isaiah 40 and 22, and spreads them out like a tent to dwell in. So the sun is under the dome, which comes out like a bridegroom from the bridal chamber, with delight like an athlete to run his race. Now listen to this. It rises at one side of the sky or the dome, circles around to the other side, and nothing can escape its heat. So it all makes perfect sense when you know where you are. Because if we go back to Genesis 1, the book 1, it says what in verse 14? He said, let there be lights in the dome. Then if you go down to 17, he put them in the dome of the sky to give light. And that was what? On the fourth day. On the second day, he made the dome. Then on the third day, he made the earth, or formed the earth. And he formed the earth, if you go to Isaiah 45:18, and also Psalms 95 and 5, he tells you how he formed the earth, how he made it. Then, if we go over, let's say, to, I believe it's Job 38, okay, and 14. And let's take a look here. It is turned as clay to the seal. They stand as a garment. And we go back a little further, he's telling you what he's talking about, the earth. 13, that it might take hold of the ends of earth. So the earth has ends, that the wicked might be shaken out of it. It is turned as clay to the seal, and they stand as a garment. Well, what does that mean here? Let's go and pull up the word seal. So when we pull up the word seal, it means what? Signature ring, from Strong's H2856. If you Google a signature ring, you stamp it down. Whatever's on that ring is going to stand up like a garment. Also, the Bible tells us in 11 verses that the earth cannot be moved. The earth cannot be moved in 11 verses in the Bible. Go to 1 Chronicle 16:30, Psalms 93:1, then Google the rest. Also, NASA tells us the earth can't be moved. In cartoon land, or in CGI, it can. For example, right here, NASA publication 1207 from the year what? 1988. It's 103 pages, but I only pulled up 4. You can pull this up yourself. Okay? The summary page tells you what? The report documents a derivation and definition of linear aircraft model for the rigid aircraft mass flying over a flat non-rotating earth. Not a rotating earth, a flat non-rotating earth. And if you go down to the introduction, it tells you the same thing. Over a non-rotating earth. Okay, this is their report. It's not mine. Then if you go to the concluding remarks, the same thing. Read that. It says what? You see it. Flying in a stationary atmosphere over a flat, non-rotating earth. It's right there. Pull the report up yourself. All the information you need. The last page. Right there. Okay? You can pull that up yourself and look at it. It's telling you. The report documents derivation and definition of a linear model for a rigid aircraft constant mass flying over a flat non-rotating earth. So I don't know any more what to say, but that says it for itself. Again, we live in a dome, and the Most High sits on top of the dome. And so when you go to the book of Matthew, let's go there real quick. So when this video airs out, it's going to be the end. So all praise Yahweh, by him, Yahweh Shai. So when we go to Matthew 24 and you read, it says what? The coming of the Son of Man. And it tells you how it's going to go down. Everything's going to fall. Pull it up for yourself. It's going to fall. Everything's coming down. Then if you go to verse 30, it says what? Then the Son of Man will appear in heaven, and then all the tribes of earth will mourn. So you're not going to be happy. When you mourn, you're mourning, you're wailing. And they will see what? The Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. Now this part I want you to pay attention to at the bottom, 31. And he will send his angels with a great sound of a trumpet, and they will gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Well, one end of heaven to the other, one end to the other. Okay? There's no rapture. There's no rapture. The only ones that are going up are the elect. And I pray that I'm one of them. Now, if you want to know who the elect are, well, simply follow your Bible. Go to the book of 1 Corinthians 2, 6 and 2. It tells you the judges are the saints. Who are the saints? The Israelites. Go to Psalms 148, 14. The elect are Israel. Go to Isaiah 45 and 4. Isaiah 42 and 1. And Isaiah 44 and 1. Only the elect are going up on those ships. So when you see what's happening, though, when you go to the book of Revelation, okay, and you go to Revelation 6, and I want to show you something. And 14. Then the sky receded as a scroll when rolled up, and every mountain and island were moved out of place. Then it says in 15, and the kings of earth, great man, rich man, and commanders and mighty man, every slave, every free man, hid themselves in the rocks. Why? 16, and said to the mountains, rocks fall on us, hide us from the face of him who what sits on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. Then if you look at the precepts here under 14, it tells you what? The sky is going to split apart. And the precepts are right there. Go to Isaiah 34 and 4. Now also what they've been hiding, when they say hide from the face of Yahweh, if you go to Revelations 4 and 3, he who sits there was like a jasper and sardius stone in appearance, which means it's telling you what his skin tone is. And there was a rainbow around the throne in the appearance like an emerald. Emerald is the color green. So when you look back at this here, he sits on the north. His rainbow is glowing. So what you're seeing is the aurora borealis is the Most High. So he says he's going to visit the earth, but they're hiding it from you. If you notice, there's more frequent sightings and visibility of the aurora borealis because it's the throne of the Most High, the rainbow that is green gleaming around the dome. And if you go to the book of Sirach 43 and 1, it tells you the clear firmament. So nothing can escape the firmament. And when it cracks, that's when everything is going to go down. All praises to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai. Shalom, Israel.